Hey y'all, it's me again, Valerie, and welcome back to my yarn room. Yay! Okay, before we get started, I would like to invite anybody who hasn't already to hit that word subscribe. When you do, give the videos a thumbs up, share them if you can, and leave me a comment. Okay, today's video is going to be very simple. Very simple. All we're going to do is we're going to sew these two squares together. That's it. Now, I'm, of course, using a red yarn to sew it together, and my squares are in like a fern green. So, I'm doing that so that you can see what I'm doing. And my suggestion would be to use the same color or a coordinating color in order to sew your squares together. Obviously. Okay, now, I've got just some scrap yarn here, okay? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to pick up one of your squares. Now, in the corner, I chain two, okay? Now, that is a stitch. Well, let me show you real quick, okay? See, I've got it right there. Now, you're not going to go in that one because that chain one right there, let me move that needle out the way. That chain one right there goes with this line right here. We're not sewing this one right now. So you're going to go actually into the stitch right here. And you'll notice on the back side of my yarn, I've got that one piece right there. So I'm actually in the stitch. Now, I'm going from the top to the bottom. I'm going to do that on every single stitch. Now, if you prefer to go from the bottom to the top, you have to do that on every single stitch. Okay? That's the only way this works. You can't go back and forth and do this one from the top to the bottom, and then the next one do from the bottom to the top. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you understand that. But anyway. Okay. Alright, so I went from the top to the bottom in that stitch. So then I come back over here to the other square. And I find my two chain ones, which is right there. Now, I'm not going to go in this one, because that one goes with this line, and I'm not sewing this yet. I'm sewing this one up. So, you come down here, and you go in that stitch. Oh, and I did it wrong, because I was going from bottom to top. Nope, I got to go from top to bottom. All right, now, with this, you're going to need to leave a little bit of room. Okay? So, now I'm going to go back over here to this one, and I'm going to go from top to bottom, and I'm going to go into the very next stitch. And I'm going to draw my yarn. Okay, then I'm going to go over here to this one, and I'm going to go from top to bottom in my stitch. And I'm going to draw my yarn. And you notice how I'm leaving a gap between them? That's okay. You ain't got to tighten it, because I'm going to show you how to tighten this in just a minute. And you just keep going from side to side, top to bottom, the whole entire way. This is a really, really simple joining method because it doesn't take a lot of energy. You can sit on the couch, watch TV, and not worry about it and just whip it right together. Now, I prefer not to use a darning needle to join my yarn. I prefer not to put my crochet hook down and use it to join. But this is a really cool join. Notice I'm going back and forth. And I'm not even tightening it. And we almost at the end. I just pulled my yarn right out of my hand. Okay, now I got to go in that chain one here. But I'm going in that one, not that one. Because that one goes with this line here. And when you come back across, you'll go in this one, not this one. And let me go in this chain one here. Okay. Now, if you're sewing a few of them together, what you might want to do is you might want to tighten each set and then go to the next one. Okay, but the way you tighten this, see, it's like shoelace. And the way you tighten this is you grab this one and you grab this one and you just pull them. And then you can just kind of work with it and get it to line up. And it's a very cool way to join. And it doesn't take a lot of yarn. Because, okay, this is my tail. I left a long tail. And then this is what I was sewing with. So it's almost the exact same amount. But yeah, like I said, I mean, you can play with them and kind of slide it. But then after you do it, okay, then you take your darning needle and you finished over here. So over here on the next square, you'd start in that one and go down from top to bottom, bring it back up, and then you'd go over here and go from top to bottom, and then cinch the next one. By all you got to do to cinch the next one is hold right here and then hold at the end and just cinch it up. And that's it. That's all it is to it. And when you come back, it'll line up perfectly. So, I mean, I think it's a really cool joining method. Like I said, though, I prefer not to join with my darning needle. I prefer to join with my crochet hook. But I figured I'd come on here and show y'all this. And I should have told y'all in the beginning, this is called the Mattress Stitch Join. All right, y'all. That's going to be all for today. So I guess I'll meet you back here in the next one for another grand adventure right here in Val's Yarn Room. And I truly do love each and every single one of y'all to pieces. And do something nice for somebody, even if it's just a smile. All right, I guess there ain't nothing left to say except for get your crochet on. I'm gonna. Bye, y'all.